Let's go down the TwoSun road. The 277, I believe, TS277. This is a night morning design G10, 14C 28N steel blade. And it's got kind of a black wash on the flats here. You see night morning design is his logo there, 14C 28N. And see these steel liners? Kind of a black wash look there. Gray G10 scales with this orange accent. So it really kind of pops. Black hardware on here, but these are not these cap head or button top type screws there. Or like cap head, I guess. They're more like a machine type looking, flat. Now, not the ones holding the pocket clip in. And obviously it's right hand tip up. Only deep carry, lanyard area, big old heavy standoffs here. And an interesting blade shape that looks really useful. Plus, you know, the jimping here, kind of a thumb ramp going on, and this flattened choil area, so you can go like this. Okay, now, grab you a piece of paper. They're usually, wow, okay. I was going to say, they're usually sharp, very, very sharp knives out of the box. Okay? Don't try and cut with the unsharpened choil area, by the way. That's not going to work. Good job, LTK. You're talent. Okay, so drop it. Are we over? No, not yet. We're not over the D10. Okay, how far do I go back up? Okay, I got to back up a little further to get it over. And by that time, this, see, I'm still sitting there, okay? By the time it's past, it's kind of past my thumb. So you're going to have to watch that. Be careful. Now, the thing is, you can kind of help it over that because you've got that little, probably got a little detent ramp on the blade because they grind them in to almost all the knives that they do, and we'll disassemble this to find out if that's true. But it's got a hell of a drop. It's centered. Is there any blade player lock rock? No, there's none at all. None at all. Where's my lockup? That's 35%. You might argue 40, but it's 35. And is it difficult to disengage? No. Right here, pass through. It's not too obvious, but it's enough. Now it's disengaged, but it's not over the detent. Oh, you tried to bite me, didn't you? You little wicked thing. Okay, so blade to handle length. I can't touch the blade, but okay, you did everything you needed to. And then design flow right into the bolster here. Night morning, one of their top designers at TwoSun they got a bunch. Okay, so down below, okay, in the description section, I will have the names of most all the TwoSun knife designers, and if they have an Instagram site, the Instagram site. So you can go look at their designs. Also, I have the list of the TwoSun sellers. On eBay, which is TwoSun Knives and the DWin99 guy. Then the name of the person on Amazon that's selling them, and the link to the AliExpress TwoSun store, which is not T-O-W, not T-W-O, it's just T-W-S-U-N, not T-W-O. Did I say T-O-W? Wow. We're gonna take this apart and look inside because, I want to see if it's got the built-in detent ramp. I think it'll have ceramic bearings, which is really good, and it's very inexpensive knife. Yeah, TwoSun, White Mountain Knives, they have TwoSun knives. They carried them on their site. Here and there, they get a big wad of them in from China, and then they'll have them. And when they do have them, this is a great place to get them because you'll have the knife in 2 or 3 days, not 2 or 3 weeks like if you get it on eBay, okay? And you can use LTK as your discount code here. So instead of $60, it's 54, okay? And there's no shipping or tax, and they charge tax on eBay now, okay? So this is a thinker there, and this gives you, 8.31 overall length, blade length 3.62, and of course it's Sandvik steel by night morning. So keep that in mind, and let's kick it on the scale and see where we are. Grams, 127. Let's roll around to ounces and see where we are, and we're 4.5 ounces. Now, measure it up, boys. Is it 3.6 inches? Well, I mean, down to the beginning, or kind of just part way into that choil, is 3.75. But up here at the closest end, yeah, more like 3.6, 3.65. And, it can be, you could say 93 to 96 millimeters overall. That's closer to 8.5 than 8.3 inches at 21.5 centimeters. So this is going to be a little bit longer overall length, and definitely longer blade length than the paramilitary 2. So this is a good sized knife, it's no fainting flower, that's for sure. And let's take a look at this. 3.7 millimeters, folks, at 0.14, so that's pretty heavy-duty blade stock. Almost 6/10 of an inch, 0.58 at 14.7, and it's contoured G10. So this gives you something to wrap your hand around. And you know what? This is just neutral here. So ergos, no problem at all. Slide up here. Lot more room available back here as well. Reverse grip, great. And just check the blade shape out. You got this swedge coming down here, so you got a reinforced tip, but that makes sense. I mean, for piercing, slicing, kind of an all-around, just sensible blade shape. I've had this knife for months. And it's sat in the damn drawer because I've been waiting to put it on my channel before I start, hauling around in my pocket and using it. And so, yeah, now it's all open season now to carry this. And yeah, I mean, these budget knives, they're not that expensive. I mean, it's in there with what Civivi's charging and that kind of thing, as far as that goes. But if you catch these on eBay, and I know some of you guys will have stories to tell, right? Because some people are buying these for like $30, 32, 34, whatever. And because when they're on eBay and they're running them, they'll have a half a dozen of them on at any given time, any 7-day period. And so you might, once kind of the flurry is gone and they're still running them, but kind of whoever was going to buy them bought them, you can sneak in there, you can steal these. So, as opposed to $54, hell, you could probably have picked one up for $34, $35. And for that, with Sandvik steel and the kind of build quality they have, that's a hell of a deal. That's a hell of a deal. Okay, so what are we going to do? How are we going to do this? Well, we're not going to take it apart from the front, right? But check this out. Yeah, number 8s. Okay, I guess I really didn't talk too much about the detent. You got jimping on the flipper tab. Flipper tab is not very obtuse. It's pretty muted, and it's very intuitive. And yes, the detent is appropriate. That's my attempt at failing it. That's my attempt number 2 at failing it. Come on, I can fail this. Well, no. So it's holding it adequately. So let's give it a 4.8, something like that. It doesn't feel that super strong. Okay, see, yeah. 4.6, 4.8 on my D10 scale, but okay, that's enough to hold that D10 ball long enough to where even a rookie's going to have a hard time failing it. You know what I'm saying? So, it's good. Oh, look at this. And this has been this way for the last few budget TwoSuns I've taken apart. I mean, there's no thread locker on there at all, and it just comes off so easy. And we get a little bit of junk under there. And let's take the pocket clip off, what size is this again? Oh, yeah, number 8. Yeah, number 8. What? I mean, do you think we could talk to the other budget knife manufacturers and say, dude, why don't you contact TwoSun? They actually have some number 8 screws. You might want to buy some from them, for body screws instead of the stupid number 6s. Okay, thank you. Get your act together, buddies. Number 8s. But I'm not going to bitch about my Civivi Vexor because guess what they've gone to? Yeah, number 8s on the body, okay? You think Bestech could do that? You think Kubi could do that? And they need to move in that direction. Whatever, Do as you please, but you're getting passed up in traffic. Okay, here you go. G10, all good. Got some kind of stuff in here. We'll clean that up. There's our liner, and that's got some lube on it too, but it's pretty light, and ceramic detent ball there. And so we got to take the liner off, don't we? There's no screws holding this on, so it just comes right off. And of course it's skeletonized to help with the weight, and D-shape. So that's why that just comes right apart, no problem. And that means you don't have to have an entry here because you got a D-shaped pivot, which means that you're in good shape. Obviously this is flat right here. Okay, now we've got, I just knocked one of these standoffs. Came off of here, and it wasn't that, it was on here. Okay, standoffs are nice and heavy duty. Okay, of course this is for your lanyard rolling around in there. Okay, and these are healthy. And they're ceramic bearings, so you're not going cheap. So what are we looking at? What is this? There you go. They grind this detent ramp for that ball to get up in there and roll up in here smoothly. That's nice, isn't it? Even on their budget knives. This is not one of their expensive ones, okay? And it's clean. I mean, it's clean. Okay, so I pretty much wiped most of that stuff out of there, whatever that was. And we're all good. This is the log bar side, by the way. Here's our body screws, pivot screw, and of course our screws for the pocket clip, and they're the exact same size. And here's our stop. So we can put our stop right down there. Come on. Stand in there, buddy. And here we go. So there's one of the bearing rings, and let's grab our juice and put a little bit on there. Put the blade on, and like I said, you can see the flat spot right there. So that fits in against here as well, comes through. Okay, bearings. Okay, now we're going to put the liner on here, and it needs to fit. And on these standoffs too. So let's get you all snapped together. Okay, we got this D shape fits right through here, if you can see. And we're needing to get these matched up as well. There we go. Okay, thank you. Thank you, boys. Now, let's get this on top and put a pivot screw in here. Okay, we're pulling everything together. And here's these screws coming through here. Okay, let's just push these through. Yeah, there you go. Thank you. All right, let's make room for them. And let's make sure we're doing the right. Okay. Good. Let's make sure our threads are together in a good way. And let's get this put in here, because we need that in here. Deep carry clip, and there's the holes for the clip. So what do we got? Number 8s for the clip. Okay, we're good. That makes our life complete. All you need is pocket clip screws to make your life complete. How simple is that? How simple is that? There you go. Okay. So are we centered? Yes or no? Yes, of course we are. Now, what are we doing? Very hydraulic. Maybe we could go back the other way a little bit. And are we still centered? Yes. And what's our drop like now? Oh, yeah, easier. Have we sacrificed anything? Nope. No blade play, and we're centered. So, but the drop is definitely nicer. Tried to bite me. That's bite number 2 they took at me. All right. TS277 G10 night morning design. Very sensible budget knife. 14C28N. But what do? What else do they give you? Well, they give you all number 8 screws. Super easy to take apart. D-shaped pivot. Yes. That makes total sense, and it really helps. Deep carry pocket clip. Okay, there's another plus. Oh, they grind in a detent ramp onto the blade. Great. That's extra. Fit and finish. Yes, good. And stone wash, kind of black wash stone wash. So all this is nice and smooth. So fit and finish, centered, no blade play, no lock rock, number 8s all the way around. Detent ramp, ground in, deep carry pocket clip. I mean, Sandvik steel. What do you want? Yeah, they hit some of those details. And, you know, how many of the knives, budget knives I do, number 6 screws, they're not number 8s. No detent ramp. Okay, how about the pivot? It's round, and we have to crack it open with multiple freaking wrenches, and if we can get it open at all, okay? Sometimes hot spots on the liners and stuff. So this, they take time to make it pretty good, and I'm pretty happy with TwoSun knives. They're the secret of the knife world. Everybody wants to talk about Benchmade and Chris Reeve knives and, you know, Spyderco, and everybody's wallowing around in all this, you know, known brands. Okay, that's fine. I mean, there's plenty of room in the world. But what happened to these guys? Why have they never really been acknowledged? There are a few of us talking about them. Me, and I'm one, and I'm happy. And guess what? We love them knives. I don't care where they're made. I look at the knife, okay? I look at the components. I look at how it's put together. I feel it in my hands. And I can tell you when I put a Torx to it, how these threads are matching up and everything, how it's going. So take heart, my brothers, and yes, we do love them knives. Sub to my channel if you'd prefer to. I'd prefer you to. And stay sharp.